Now, southern African nations are ending their military mission in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where M23 rebels are making advances. They've ordered a phased troop withdrawal. The mission that supported government forces had suffered heavy losses in recent months. A regional summit has called for urgent efforts to end the conflict. Meanwhile, Angola has announced that peace talks between the DRC government and Rwanda-backed M23 rebels will begin next week. The DR, of course, still DRC reeling from the advance of the M23 rebels and the deadly web of violence that's come with it. Thousands have been killed and tens of thousands of displaced families are in urgent need of assistance. The US has also been holding what's been described as exploratory talks with the DRC over a deal that would give it access to the African nation's critical minerals in exchange for military support. The DRC has extended the offer, proposing exclusive access to its critical minerals and infrastructure projects. In return, the DRC is seeking assistance to combat the M23 rebellion. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now on the line from Kinshasa by the Minister of Communications in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Patrick Muyaya. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. First of all, just give us the bare bones of this news that we're hearing, that Southern African nations are withdrawing their troops from the DRC.
Special meeting this morning, and the President attended it. And it's clear it's one part of the recommendation head of state made on following the situation in the ground, because as you know, all of you know, that there was a resolution from United Nations, the resolution 27/2023, saying that they will not have a military solution. And I think it's part of those things we need to happen in the ground to make sure we are moving according to the resolution to bring back peace in this part of DRC.
The fact, of course, is that that mission that was supporting government forces, and it had suffered heavy losses in recent months, hadn't it?
Of course, because it was war, and then as you've seen, Rwanda put almost 10,000 of his military coming to fight in a region where you have millions civilians, displaced people. In the same way, there was some loss from different countries. The biggest one was for South Africa, 14 military from South Africa dead, and we pay them our condolences, and we thank them for the support South Africa been doing to the Congolese people. And the factor is clear that there is one country we keep committing massacre, killing people, attacking schools, attacking hospitals. The country is Rwanda. M23 doesn't have that power. M23 doesn't have this ammunition to fight the way they've been fighting. And when they were fighting, they were targeted, especially peacekeepers from United Nations. They were targeted people, military from SAMI RDC, and at the same time, they've been targeting civilians and all those people. For the past January, we have more than 8,500 people who've been killed because of the action of Rwanda in that part of DRC. And that's very concerning to see a country continue till today to commit those kind of crimes. That's why United Nations and all regional organizations are asking Rwanda to remove its troops from DRC and stop supporting M23.
The problem, of course, is that Rwanda doesn't admit that it is actually supporting, although ideologically it does, I suppose, concede that it is supporting M23. It's not agreeing that it's supporting them in any other way, but obviously there must be something that's propelling M23, because, I mean, they're advancing rapidly through your eastern part of the DRC, and they're even talking about going to Kinshasa.
No, the question is clear. M23, as I was explaining you before, it's a proxy group under sanctions of different organizations. Rwanda is a country of lies. Do you remember last time the President Kagame while answering to a question from CNN, he said that he doesn't know if there is any troop of his country inside DRC. But what we are saying, it's not just us, it's all report made by United Nations group of experts. We give details, even names of the Rwandan officer we've been fighting inside DRC. At the same time, if you look at all the Western country with intelligence, we have intelligence in the region, keep saying that. That's why Rwanda is under fire now. They are getting sanctions from everywhere. Do you think all those countries are doing that just because they want to do that, or they are doing that because there is the big involvement of Rwandan military? That's the reason of why we have war in this part of DRC. And Rwanda has been doing that for the past 30 years. Because since after genocide, we open our borders to receive Rwandan, and between those people who fled in DRC in that period, there was some forces called FDLR. That's the permanent pretext President Kagame keep using since 1996 to invade this part of DRC. And today we have more than 8 million who died because of that. And the one of the biggest reasons of this war is not anything with discrimination or hate speech. It's just because Rwanda is leaving because they are looting mineral resources in the eastern part of DRC.
Right.
That's why United Nations, if you read the report, made that clearly the reason of this war is economic.
Well, in that regard, we know that Angola has announced that peace talks between the DRC government and M23 rebels will begin next week. Going by what you're saying, if that is the motivation for Rwanda, then clearly there won't be any incentive for M23 to come to the negotiating table. I mean, they might as well march all the way to Kinshasa and take over the entire country.
No, so they can continue to dream. Of course, they can continue to dream, to say what they can say. We know M23, as I was explaining to you before, doesn't exist. It's Rwanda acting, it's Rwanda coaching, it's Rwanda giving them possibility to communicate. It's clear. Human Rights Watch made a clear report where you see some Rwandan officials are sending journalists in this part of DRC. That's one part. The second part, the most important, is that the Angolan president is the mediator between both countries, DRC and Rwanda, and is actually currently is the head of African Union. And as I mentioned before, there is the resolution 27273. We've been asking to see the way we can restart the peace, the talk process or the conversation. That's why the Angolan president took an initiative saying that asking DRC to meet with M23. Till now, we are waiting to have more details about the way things must be done. And it's clear for the President Tshisekedi since day one is open for peace. He keeps saying that. And today, as the Angola is the country we've been in the middle of the crisis, we cannot say no to the proposition made by the Angolan president, and not only him, but different regional organizations, to see if we can give a chance for peace.
Well, I certainly hope that everyone there gives peace a chance, because we're all very disheartened by what is happening in your country. I want to thank you very much indeed for taking the time to explain what's going on to us. Patrick Muyaya is the Minister of Communications in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and he was talking to me on the line from Kinshasa.